Hi, I'm Karthik. I work as a technical support lead in ClickLearn. First of all, Happy New Year, and I welcome this new year with a new version of ClickLearn Studio that is 12.1.66.0. Let's go through the release notes of this particular version. Project. Importing a project will now let you rename the project name, right? It will prompt you to rename the project. So we show you that quickly. I'm trying to import a project to do that. And if you see, you got this prompt wherein you can type a different name, new project, and then hit import to import the project. Then exporting a project will now shorten the name. In my case, I have exported this particular project. Let me show you the name it has renamed to. It has renamed to something, a shorter name of this particular project. So why this is being done is because uh, this change has been made to overcome the long path issue that we face with Windows operating system. And in the project's overall messaging has been improved. So basically, you face some messages like something went wrong and you don't know what to do. So those kind of messages has been addressed and it has been improved. And there was one issue wherein if you delete a project and try to open other project before the the deleted prompt shows up, the project 2 was also getting deleted. Now that issue also has been addressed. Next comes the recording editor. In recording editor, when you try to update an instruction text by just editing the tag, uh, I'll just show you. Let me pull the desktop. I think you can see my screen. So in my case, I just click on the target item label and I change this text to assign the task to just assign task. And I confirm and save changes. So now I can see this has been edited. Now if I want to go back, I can just click this and I can reset my step to initial state and save changes. So if you see, I got this 2 back. So previously this was not possible. Now this has been fixed. And if you have noticed in the same screen, then the text has been changed. So you can relate or it's easy to read and it's easy to understand what exactly you want to edit. And also in the uh, text block, adding text block text has been updated. So it will help the users to understand where exactly the text block will be placed. And in many cases, the blur applied on the image or the image editing that you have done on an instruction screenshot was not applied in the preview or what was not published. So now that issue also has been fixed. Now comes the structure. In structure, when you try to drag and drop a folder full of recordings that you have already been translated to a different language, that was not displayed properly in the structure as translated in the translated text. Rather, it used to display in the main language itself. So now that issue has been addressed. And then comes to settings. And in settings, the publishing template portal, I'm talking about this, wherein in the portal, in the entity portal, you add a link, a URL, or an email address. This text block was limited to 72 characters. Now that validation has been removed, and you can enter the full URL without any issues. New video skin did not respect the highlight hotspot color that you set in the instruction screenshot for recordings. So that has been fixed in this release. Next comes publishing. In publishing, when you try to use the AI avatar and for multiple languages, right? So there was an issue when you publish in multiple languages at the same time. Sometimes it didn't get published. So those things around AI avatar things has been optimized in the publishing in this release. Then in the test me video, uh, when you upload it as a SCOM package or when you produce it as a SCOM package and upload it to the SCOM cloud and try to use the test file, the results was not appearing correctly. when it has questions in it, say the flow question. Now that issue has been fixed. In the new video skin that was released previously, the try me video was behaving like a show me video. So now that has been fixed in this release. When it comes to portal, uh, when you go to dashboard and try to download the Excel sheet for user consumed, non-consumed data or any other data in that case, when it has a huge amount of data, you download the Excel sheet, but you are not able to open it in the Excel application. So now that issue has been fixed. And the next one is in the OData. Last time we had released a new feature wherein you can get the section full path in the OData. Um, in that case, if you had a slash forward slash in the section name, it was causing problems when you configure it in the Power BI and in Excel pivot tables. But now that particular forward slash has been replaced with percentage 2f. So if your section contains a forward slash, it will display percentage 2f in place of a forward slash. In APT, there are multiple fixes. In last release, when you try to open an APT file and then try to close it, it displayed an error message when you closed it. Now you won't be seeing that. A new feature has been introduced when you try to download the log file. You were not able to share it with other colleagues who doesn't have ClickLearn installed. So now you can do that because it will download as a HTML file where you can see the log files and the screenshots basically. Let me show that to you how it is done. Navigate to assets, then APT assets. Let me select one of my test file, which is this. And if I go inside this, I can see there are multiple logs and scenarios and logs, right? But I don't want to download it from here. Rather, I go here, right click, and I go download. So open that. Uh, Let me rename it so it's understandable. Factored. And you see we have HTML files here that says index and log. So we need to open index. Now you can see all the screenshots and all the screenshots of all the scenarios. All the scenarios views will be listed here. You can see any scenario here. And if I click on the log, you can see the log file too. Apart from that, there are multiple new functions that has been released where you can add a data, add a breakpoint to your test file, as well as you can uh, fetch the data points name from the iteration data table using a function. All those things are listed in the release notes. Uh, there are multiple functions in that. Everything has been explained in the release notes. You can try that out and reach support uh, if if you are not able to follow that. UXP. In UXP, while you try to produce and publish the content, you might have added a whitelist URL wherein URL in which you want to see the UXP. So if you have a different URL but you don't want to produce and publish your content, you can now add it into the assist config URL, and the same will be added into the permission definition as well. The permission definition where you add the whitelist URL. No need to reproduce your project in case you want to show UXP in a different business system. Say if you have a sandbox business system and a production business system, so you can use this feature. Now comes the connector updates. ClickLearn will now officially support 10.0.45 version of finance and operations. There was an issue in Salesforce connector in the operation opportunities page wherein it did not capture some of the controls in annotated screenshots, as well as it did not assist well in that particular page. So now these issues has been addressed. Thank you so much for watching and catch you in the next one.